So it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video. There's no real reason for that other than I haven't been doing a lot of running outside. Training continues as it does. I've been averaging now about 120k a week for the past few months. Still training for a 5k. Hopefully booking a race in March, if not April. Just waiting for entries to open before I can, sign up for the race. So very excited for that. Like I said, training is going well, but I haven't been doing much running outside. So over the last several weeks, of the 120k that I do, only about 20k of those have been outside each week. So I am definitely the absolute king of the treadmill. But what high mileage weeks lets me do is test shoes. So you'll remember a video that I did not too long ago where I went through all the shoes that I used. And in those there were 3 new pairs. And now for each of those 3 pairs, I have done over 100 miles in, across a variety of sessions and paces, from sort of very easy paces of 5:30 per k, all the way up to sort of 3:20 per k. So I can give you, everyone is different. These are just my opinions and thoughts of what I like, what I don't like. I've tested them both on the treadmill and outside. And just again, not just paces, but to give you an accurate representation of who I am. Because sometimes your weight and your height can affect how you feel about a shoe. So I am 5'7". And I weighed myself recently, and I am 61 kilograms, and I tend to heel strike when I'm running. I know everyone says that's bad, but so be it. It hasn't affected me or caused me any injury. So I will go through each of the 3 shoes and give you my opinion. So as you can see, my first choice is the Nikes. I think they're called Nike Vomero Plus, or Nike Vomero 18 Plus. These are lovely, I don't know what the exact colorway is, but pink. So it gets a bit dirty, as you can tell, having used them outside. The tread is really good on some slippy conditions, and it's fine. I can only say this shoe is not for me. I think it feels very heavy, very clunky. I really feel them on my feet, and they are a max cushion shoe. I'm not a technical person. I sort of roughly know from watching other reviewers what different terms mean, but this is just based on my feel. They're just too much shoe. And they're supposed to be bouncy. On the treadmill, I don't feel that bounce at all. It just feels heavy, especially when I pick up the paces. Outside, I feel the bounce a bit more. And when I used them for the first time outside, I thought, yes, okay, I can understand by what it means it's a bouncy shoe. But yeah, I just don't get along with it. I really don't like putting them on. I will go for any other shoe. So it's just, not for me. Does it have any redeeming qualities? For me, not sure. I would say if you're a heavier built runner, it's probably quite comfortable. I think if you're a slower runner, it's probably better. But then saying that, I am giving these away to a friend, and he is way faster than me. He is a sub 250 marathoner, and that's when he's jogging around. He can run probably 15 minutes in the 5k, and he loves them for all paces. But yeah, just not for me. There was a massive hype around them, and I'm glad I didn't buy them at full price. I am really glad of that. But yeah, just not for me. So the next shoe is the Asics Megablasts. I think I had literally unboxed them on the last video. So what are my opinions of this? Very, very light. So compared to the Nikes, which are extremely heavy, these are just, yeah, very, very light. And I do really enjoy them. I definitely prefer them running outside than on the treadmill. They just feel like they're doing more and encouraging me to move faster when I'm running on the road than when I am on the treadmill. It's great for longer sessions, so doing a long run sort of. So my longest runs are around 26, 27k. Perfect for those, very comfortable. They just swallow up the miles. I would say, personally, I prefer the Super Blast to the Megabalst in terms of general use, but this definitely allows you to pick up the pace a bit more and it feels more responsive. I'm not a fan of the upper material. Not sure what it's made out of, but I feel a few hot spots on my feet depending on the socks that I wear. So that's the only thing. And I think, though I'm not certain, but it feels just a bit on the small side. So I am UK size 8.5, and this just feels a bit tight for that. So I think you'd need to go half a size up. But as always, I'd say if you can, get into a store and try it on. Or if you buy it directly from ASICS, they have, and you're an ASICS member, you get 30 days free return. So do something like that. Is it worth the £210? That's a tough one. Yes, in the fact that you can do so much with them. No, as in the fact that £210 is very expensive for a shoe. Yeah, I was lucky to have got it for much cheaper. I probably would not have paid that much had I not gotten that huge discount. I think you'd just be fine in sort of the ASICS Nova Blast line in that case. I do normally buy shoes that are old. So I've just ordered a pair of shoes that I will review when I get them. They are the ASICS Nova Blasts, but I've gone for the Nova Blast 3s, which are, 2 models ago. So I've got them for like 80 quid, if that. So yeah, very good shoe, very light, great for picking up the pace, great for long runs, just very expensive. Though it is a delightful colorway. I think it's a green because it's called Ekiden green after the Japanese Ekiden races. But yeah, I do really like it. I use it a lot. Definitely better than Nikes, but not quite worth the money. If you're getting them at full price, you could buy 2 pairs of shoes basically for the price of one of these. And running shouldn't be expensive, but it can get very expensive, and I am in a very privileged position whereby I can just buy loads of kit and shoes, but then I do a lot of running. I probably do a lot more miles than your average runner. So yeah. And the final pair are the Adidas Evo SLs, everyone's favourite shoe. And in my case, I would have to agree. Out of the 3 that I have just reviewed, these are my favourite. There is not a lot of bad things I can say for them. They're very light. They make you want to go faster. I never understood when shoe reviewers said a shoe makes you go faster. I've never really felt that in a shoe, but this one I did. I get where they're coming from. So I actually do all my speed sessions or speedier sessions in these. I don't really always use carbon plates for my speed sessions because I feel like I'll feel the benefits more on race day if I only wear them on race day. Although I realise carbon plates use slightly different muscles, so I do wear them once or twice a month just to target the muscles that aren't normally used so I don't injure myself when I do use them only in racing. But yeah, all my sort of faster stuff, these. I obviously always do, not obviously, but I always tend to do a 3 to 4k warm up before any session. I don't change shoes, so I wear these for the slower paces for the warm up and then the session itself, and then the 2 or 3k that I do for cool down as well. So easy paces, medium paces, fast paces, very, very fast paces. these are perfect. I absolutely love them. And again, I did not pay full price for these. I got them for about £89, I think. I am considering buying more pairs and just stocking up on them because they are really good. But that would be an expensive thing to do. I know some people had problems with the upper, and I think they brought out a new version, a woven version, but I don't have massive issues. The tongue sometimes sort of folds in on itself and gets caught at the bottom when you're putting them on, but it takes 20 seconds to correct before doing up your laces. Is it annoying? Maybe. Is it a real issue? Definitely not. But yeah, if I were to encourage anyone to buy a shoe, especially if you can get it at the £89 price, this would be it, and this lovely colorway. I have had a lot of people say that the grip is an issue. I was running with a friend this weekend who was wearing a pair of these, and he said, and it's been raining here pretty much non-stop, he said that the grip was an issue and it was a bit slippy. I haven't noticed that, but then I've only worn these shoes outside twice in dry conditions. Everything else has been done on the treadmill, and you don't really tend to get slipping issues on the treadmill. So yeah, those are my reviews of my newer shoes. Like I said, I've got a very old pair of Megabalst. They are brand new, but old in terms of stock, coming soon. Excited for the Super Blast 3 because I do love the Super Blast 2. They're probably my favourite shoe of all time. And I have got a new carbon plated shoe, which I may or may not do a review of at some point soon. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this slightly different video again. Sorry it's not a lot of training content because I am just running inside and I don't think anyone just wants to see me spending 15 hours a week on the treadmill. That's not interesting viewing for anybody. If you have any questions or queries on the shoes, opinions on other shoes that you've seen me use or want me to use, not that I can promise that I'll go out and buy shoes just for reviews. I don't have that much of a disposable income. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.